As Bernadette continued to share her visions, her life became an intricate tapestry of faith woven with threads of courage. Each apparition brought not only divine messages, but also an awakening of profound spiritual curiosity among the townspeople and pilgrims alike. The once skeptical villagers began to converge at the grotto, drawn by an unexplainable connection and longing for healing. Each visit to the grotto transformed the atmosphere of Lourdes, creating an electric sense of hope and anticipation. People gathered not just in search of miraculous cures, but to witness the young girl's unwavering faith as she spoke of the lovely lady who appeared to her. The air thickened with prayers whispered fervently and the soft rustle of rosary beads as they awaited signs of divine presence, a tangible outpouring of faith that was palpable. As the days turned into weeks, the fervor surrounding Bernadette's apparitions only deepened, with small groups forming to pray together. Among them was a young mother, her child bedridden and suffering, who found solace in the hopeful stories circulating through the village. Driven by a mother's love and desperation, she made the pilgrimage to the grotto, her heart brimming with faith and expectation. Each step she took felt like a prayer, an offering to the heavens, as she started to believe in the possibility of miracles. As the mother reached the grotto, she paused, overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of faith that enveloped the place. The soft light broke through the trees, casting a sacred glow over the scene, illuminating the faces of those gathered. With her heart pounding, she knelt before the rock, tracing her fingers over the damp earth where Bernadette had seen the lady. Her whispered prayers mingled with the collective invocations of others, each voice rising as a testament to their yearning for hope and healing. In that moment, she felt an unshakable peace envelop her, a profound reminder of the love present in their shared faith, illuminating a path toward divine intervention for her beloved child. The crowd at Lourdes continued to swell, embracing those from various walks of life, each testimony adding to the tapestry of miracles unfolding. Among the throng was an elderly man, once a prominent skeptic, whose journey to the grotto stemmed from a deep personal crisis. Each step he took echoed with the weight of doubt, transformed into fragile hope. He had spent years chasing material success, only to find himself yearning for something far more profound: connection, faith, and purpose. His mind raced with thoughts of the unexplainable, the tales of healings, and the radiant joy reflected in the eyes of those who had come before him. As he approached, the atmosphere shifted. The air bristled with unspoken prayers and the shared anticipation of divine grace. This was no longer just a gathering. It was a continuum of faith, weaving together human experiences in a sacred dialogue between the divine and the faithful, echoing through the centuries. With each new visit to the grotto, the stories of miraculous healings resonated like ripples, traveling far beyond the borders of Lourdes. People arrived in droves, carrying their own burdens, hopes, and prayers, compelled by the powerful testimonies of those who had been touched by the divine. The elderly man, once skeptical, found himself swept into the currents of collective faith as a palpable sense of unity enveloped him. Strangers became companions on this pilgrimage, sharing their fears and aspirations, thus forging connections that transcended their individual struggles. As they spoke, the miraculous accounts of those healed in body and spirit filled the air. These were gifts of grace, bestowed not only on the sick, but to the faithful as well. In this sacred space, the humanity of their experience shone brightly, wrapping all who entered within an embrace of hope, encouraging them to let go of doubts and fully surrender their lives to God's merciful love. Amidst this uplifting atmosphere, many found that they, too, were capable of believing in the miraculous, which manifested in unexpected ways, transforming their personal journeys. With each new arrival at the grotto, stories spread like wildfire, igniting a fervor that transcended the region. A formerly bedridden woman, her heart heavy with despair, joined the throng, motivated by a single encounter she had heard recounted during her recovery. She moved slowly, clutching a crumpled letter that detailed her miraculous healing after visiting Lourdes years prior. The letter became her talisman of faith, proof of flowers blooming in the harshest winters. As she shared her testimony with onlookers, light sparked in the eyes of those listening, igniting a spark of hope. Her tale, steeped in personal anguish, transformed by divine grace, served as an invitation for others to believe in the unthinkable. The message was simple, yet profound. God's mercy knows no bounds, and with each shared story, the walls built by doubt crumbled, making way for a community united in faith, hope, and love. Bernadette, the humble messenger, continued to illuminate paths to belief. Her presence felt in the hearts of all who gathered, united in the extraordinary power of prayer. In the days that followed, the ripple effect of Bernadette's visions reverberated throughout Lourdes, and soon, the once quiet town echoed with tales of wonders. Pilgrims journeyed from distant lands, each carrying a unique story of suffering, yet holding on to a flicker of hope as they approached the sacred grotto. Families would gather, whispering prayers, all united in a common longing for healing and salvation, wrapped in the unwavering belief that they could encounter the divine through Bernadette's simple but profound messages. The growing community of faith began to thrive, cultures blending together, forming connections woven from shared experiences of longing, healing, and spirituality. Bernadette served as a bridge, uniting hearts across barriers, allowing them to glimpse the light of God's love through each other's faith-filled eyes. The collective experiences of pilgrims inspired a sacred rhythm within Lourdes, a heartbeat that echoed through every prayer. As they mingled in the presence of the grotto, a palpable sense of community flourished. Their shared hopes connected them in a way that transcended the individual. Each person's story, filled with both pain and longing, became part of a greater narrative about healing and redemption, intertwining their lives with Bernadette's legacy. In this sacred sanctuary, as night fell, flickering candles illuminated the deep faith that enveloped the night sky, casting a warm glow on those seeking solace. The chant of prayers ascended, carrying whispers of gratitude up to the heavens, as the faithful clutched rosaries and hearts filled with hope, united in their resolve to believe in the miraculous. Little did they know, their shared faith was already working wonders, binding their destinies together as they opened themselves to the transformative power of God's love. Each soul left imprinted with a piece of Bernadette's spirit, nourishing the bonds formed through the unexpected gift of miracles. As the crowd grew larger, each day brought new faces. Among them were weary souls, searching for reassurance, understanding, and grace. A father cradled his ailing daughter, her pallor a stark contrast to the vibrant aura of faith surrounding the grotto. He scanned the serene expressions of those nearby, hoping to catch a glimpse of the divine he had heard so much about. Conviction coursed through him, igniting a spark of courage that had long been hidden beneath layers of despair. As he kneeled beside his child, he felt the warmth of community enveloping them, a tangible reminder that they were not alone on this sacred journey. In that moment of prayer, the father's heart opened, as if the world around him fell away, leaving only the flicker of his dedicated hope. The air vibrated with whispered invocations, creating a soft symphony of faith that swirled together in testament to the collective longing for healing and divine mercy. Little by little, the stories of miraculous healings continued to intertwine, creating an exquisite mosaic of faith and hope. As word spread of the father's fervent prayers for his ailing daughter, more pilgrims ventured to the grotto, inspired by his unwavering dedication. Among the newcomers was a young war veteran, whose scars held not only the marks of battle, but also memories of loss and grief. He approached the site with hesitation, feeling a deep pull toward the reality that transcended his pain. As he stood quietly, the gentle sound of flowing water from the spring beckoned him, promising peace that had eluded him for so long. In the midst of the many souls gathered, he closed his eyes and allowed himself to dream of healing, not just for his physical wounds, but for his spirit, fractured and yearning for comfort. In that sacred silence, he felt a profound connection to those around him, each searching for the same divine touch, and hope blossomed within his heart like flowers after the rain. As tales of miraculous healing spread, the community of pilgrims grew ever more vibrant. Among them stood a woman who had traveled from a distant village, known for her unwavering faith despite her many trials. Her presence was magnetic, drawing others closer as she shared her story of resilience and grace. With every word, she breathed life into the hope that lingered in the air, stirring hearts to believe fiercely in possibility. As the pilgrimage to Lourdes continues, the legacy of Saint Bernadette Soubirous grows richer, inspiring each new generation to embrace faith and community. Her humble journey becomes a beacon of hope, encouraging countless souls to seek the divine through sincerity, kindness, and love. In doing so, they find transformative strength in the simplicity of prayer and the profound connections woven through shared belief.